Hello everybody and welcome back to Driving for a Dynasty with Arsenal. And here we are, episode, what is this, 24 I believe it is. And we have a big game against Manchester City away as well at the Etihad. So, to recap the one game you've missed, and that was a 1-0 victory against Watford with Koscielny scoring very late on in the game. Not very late on, but a deep second half goal in the 76th minute. I won't put it in 3 dimensions. I guess I'll have to put it in 3 dimensions for you to see it. Let's go director. Let's load it up and watch the goal. How are you all doing? Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a lovely time. Time of recording this. It is a Thursday afternoon in Australia, as you see that Koscielny goal. And I am preparing to leave for the Sunshine Coast next week. So all these episodes you're seeing right now has been pre-recorded the week before, just because of the schedule I have. Now, time to recap on what has happened in the Premier League. As you can see, before playing this game against City, we are sitting in 3rd with an opportunity to move up into 2nd if we win this. City's starting to close back in on the top 5, so I'll be looking for a win to get even closer and closing that gap. United at risk of running away a bit here, and we are still undefeated even though we are sitting down in 3rd. So as you can see, it's the 1st of February, therefore there has been some transfers. First we'll look at any manager moves that have happened. So Koeman got the sack from Everton for a poor league position early on in January, and they are still looking for someone to take over. Let's look via date left. That's a good order to do it. So, the first thing that happened in the season is Pulis got the sack. They brought in Jimmy Shan. Then Mark Hughes got the sack, and they brought in Mark Cartwright as the caretaker. West Brom then decided to appoint Francesco Guidolin, who did manage Swansea for a few months. Gee whiz. And then Stoke went out to Rafa Benitez, which is a big signing for them. Middlesbrough and Everton let go of their respective managers and still haven't appointed a caretaker nor appoint permanent manager. So there is a bit of a hole there. Now looking at the players that have moved around, it's been an interesting window in my opinion. Haven't been all too many big transfers in January. If we look on down, Ramagnoli moved to United. Gabriel Pallister left for us. Jesus Corona went to Tottenham. Klasan went to Liverpool. Luan went to Tottenham. Tufan, Southampton. Danilo went to Chelsea. What else happened? Dale Stevens. Jetro Williams went to Liverpool. And Serge Gnabry went to City. Those were really the big moves, and Fellaini left United. So those were the main big moves. Oh, Massimo Luongo got up into the Premier League. Of course, as an Australian, that's always very interesting to me to see Australian players moving on up in the footballing world. Always like to see it. Always interests me. We'll look at any of the big moves really. So we didn't bring in anyone during the window. Who have Chelsea brought in? They brought in only Danilo. Look at the other bigger clubs, of course. Everton didn't really make any big moves. Any other notable transfers? Liverpool really splashed some cash, bringing in Klasan, Jetro Williams, and then Perez. Then United, of course, brought in Bintiger, who is a youngster. They also brought in Andre Barzagli on a very cheap deal. Of course, being 35, understandable why it was so cheap, but the big one was Ramagnoli. So United really dipping into Italy. Looking at Italian players, City quarters in Nabry this January window. It's nothing too big there. Tottenham made a few moves, bringing in Luan, Jesus Corona, and Rankin Costello, the youngster with good potential. And those are really the moves that I noted. Now, us as a team, as a club, also made a few moves, of course. If we go to transfer history, we mainly were on the outs for players. So obviously Gabriel left, we noted that. Kieran Gibbs, as you saw, left on loan. Jenkinson's out on loan. We also loaned out Reece Nelson and Chris Willock. And I'm not sorry if you've seen Rob Holding. But yes, we opted to loan out Reece Nelson to Blackburn. Give him some first team experience. He just didn't really ever get enough here at Arsenal. So we got 200k for him as well. Just a decent little bit amount of money for the youngster who will play first team football. Guaranteed. And hopefully it really just aids his development and we see him really grow. Because I think this will help his development as Blackburn have very good facilities. If I can click on facilities. Yes, so they have excellent training facilities and Nelson will be in and around the first team, so that will help him. Now, we're moving on to the game now against City. And it's a big fixture, that is for sure. Looking for the win. I think we can pull out a win against Manchester City. Their form has been up and down. They're struggling a bit, but they've seemed to regain a lot of their league possession. So, City have been given the favourites by the pundits. And yeah, it'll be, I think, a tall order, but we have one of our, I think almost our best 11 in. I decided to bring back Adelaide because I want to blood him in these big games. I was weighing up, do I move Iwobi out wide, Alexis to inside forward and bring in Welbeck, but I went for Rene Adelaide. I think he's going to serve well. Ake got the nod ahead of Chamberlain. I think just the extra defensive presence is going to be useful against this City side. So I'm going to passionately tell this is a good opportunity just to give the fans a performance that they want to see. Any other games going on today? No, there are not. It's just us and City. Ooh. We nerves around the stadium. Of course, we are away for this fixture. So, that will play into their cards. And will affect the result naturally. But we're looking to dominate the game in terms of possession from the outset with the lineup we chose. Very possession based. And I think he may be offside here, Aguero. He isn't offside. I suppose Ake kept him onside. And that is 1-0 Manchester City. And that is not a good way to start a game. We'll see here. I think, yeah, Ake kept him onside there. Which is disappointing because he just slipped in behind the centre-backs. And Ake kept him onside. And that is not the start we were looking for. And once again, City, they're holding possession well against us. As we're basically coming up against a mirror tactic in Pep Guardiola in the way he likes to play. Pressing and holding possession. And Alexis Sanchez, if he beats Otamendi, he could be through. He doesn't beat Otamendi, but the ball is left behind where Alexis Sanchez will get it. Now Rene Adelaide does find Sanchez on a beautiful pass and it is 1-1. Rene Adelaide, that's why I kept him in. And that's why I like Sanchez at striker, making those beautiful runs. And it was also a stunning pass. Got to say. And that is 1-0 Arsenal. We'll see it here. This pass by Rene Adelaide. Just dink. Perfectly weighted. Sanchez first time. Bottom right corner. And who is in net? Claudio Bravo is in net for Manchester City. Who really, he doesn't mean all that flash, has he, in real life? But in this game, he seems to be doing alright in the Football Manager world. Now, let's get back into the game. There are some games going on at the same time, and there are a few games that could affect league position, as you see Tottenham and Everton currently drawing. Liverpool up against Crystal Palace, and that is it, I think, for the top sides. As you can see, that is how the league stands at this point in time, and really we need to get a win here, and it isn't looking good, as Aguero may bag his second here, and he does. Sergio Aguero scores. And I think I need to make a change defensively. Ake is going to come back. Bellerin is going to come back. And I'm not sure what else I can do. I think we need to hold possession a bit better. We're staring down the jaws of our first league defeat here. But I'm not intending to allow that to happen. Small tactical changes now have come into play, as Ozil finds Iwobi in behind. Iwobi now crossing it in, finds Sanchez, who makes it 2-2. And it has been a goal scoring affair here, hasn't it? Both sides not really getting too many chances, but they are capitalizing on their chances. And as you see here, Iwobi, he found Sanchez very well, and Bravo should have done better there. But we will happily take that, and that makes it 2 goals apiece. Battle between Sanchez and Aguero is really in play here. Now we're looking to hold possession a bit more, and we've shored up our defensive lines, opting for fullbacks instead of wingbacks. So hopefully that helps us, which is also the reason why I chose Ake for this game, because the defensive versatility he has in being able to drop all the way back, as opposed to Oxlade-Chamberlain not being able to play that fullback role, only as a wingback. I'm gonna tell the lads that, what do I say here? We can go out and play without pressure. Then I'm going to praise Sanchez and say, I'm very happy with your performance so far. And now he is just confused. At least he isn't demotivated anymore. I guess he wanted the pressure on him, but I didn't know what to say there. That was a tricky little press conference. The side of the field that's let us down is really our defense, which is a rare occurrence. For us, we're usually a lot better at Bellerin as well, being the one that is struggling the most. And I can't think of who I can bring on for Bellerin, because Mustafi can rotate on the right. So I guess I could. No, Mertesacker isn't on the bench, is he? No, he isn't. That would have been proper cheeky. Just rock out with 4 centre backs. No, I'm going to keep Bellerin in there. But I think a change is now imminent. And I'm thinking the player that is most likely to make way is going to be Rene Adelaide. However, we will watch this highlight and see what occurs. Ake goes inside to Ozil. Ozil back to Ramsey. Aaron Ramsey looking up. Goes sideways to Ozil though. Ozil backwards to Koscielny. Koscielny goes all the way back to Petr Cech. And I'm not a fan of this. Mustafi, because we are starting to get pressed here. Koscielny. Koscielny now. Goes to Ramsey. Ramsey. Ozil. Ozil. Sanchez is on if he can find him. And he does. Centre backs are too far wide apart. And Sanchez misses a sitter. Oh dear, that was a brilliant opportunity. And I am going to make a change. I'm going to bring on Danny Welbeck, which does mean Iwobi is now going to play as the winger, and Danny Welbeck will play as the inside forward. So that is the change I'm going to make. Rene Adelaide, of course, is the player making away. We're bringing on the more experienced Danny Welbeck to see if he can spearhead a 3rd goal for the Gunners. Now Fernando picking up a bit of an injury there. And Aguero, Sanchez, still nothing really separates them. Though we should have scored that third goal when Sanchez had that brilliant opportunity. And it looks like this match may play out as 2-2, and every single one of our defenders has picked up a yellow card. And in fact, I am at the point where I'm going to really just wrap up this game. I'm going to bring Xhaka off for Francis Coquelin. No, not Ospina. Francis Coquelin. I'm going to play Coquelin as a half-back. Move Ake to a wing-back role. And just really look to bring on the back foot and defend this game out. With Coquelin coming in. Hopefully we do not pick up a red card. There's 3 minutes of added time, which means anything could really happen. And there will be a highlight, and we are in possession of the ball. Ozil now finds Alexis Sanchez. Can he bag a hat-trick, Sanchez? No, it is straight at Bravo. And I dare say we've been the better side in the second half. And we have created far more quality chances than the opposition. But it looks like the match is going to end here at 2 apiece. There's some late drama. No, the referee calls it there. It's 2 apiece. And I'm pleased with the result. I'm pleased with the 2-2 draw. I will certainly take that. Obviously, we've fallen off the pace a bit for firsts now, having 10 draws. But sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. We're 4 points off of United for that top position. And yeah, that's sometimes how it goes. So Holding getting some first team football, which we'd like to see. Reece Nelson also playing some first team football. Not playing all too well, unfortunately. Along with Maitland-Niles. We'll send the assistant over. Ozil is already accomplished in this new position, but could improve further. And we have been fined. Lovely. I'll see you guys in the next game. And we are back with the Champions League game versus Leverkusen. And the astute of you will realise the dream of being the Invincibles is over. We lost 2-3 to Leicester in an awful performance. Absolutely dreadful, where I don't really want to look at the replay. Consolation against Crystal, where we weren't even too good. So actually coming into this game against Bayern Leverkusen in horribly poor form. And our squad depth isn't looking too flash either. Isn't looking good at all. So let's jump into this. And let's aggressively assertively tell them a team such as ours should be winning this match with no problem at all. And get Bull just to say some individual things. Let's really kick into this game and look to get the 3 points that we want. Well, not 3 points, but the first leg advantage. I'm still incredibly frustrated about that game against Leicester before. I am gutted. We were awful. Nonetheless, we have to turn our attention to this Leverkusen game as Lucas is in possession, looks for Iwobi. Iwobi now finds Sanchez, and Sanchez will put us up 1-0 at the 2-minute mark. And that's a good start. That's the start we needed. A well-worked goal and a well-earned goal, which is very, very pleasing. I would love a good big win here against a good team in Leverkusen, just to look to get some form and some morale back. Because recently we've been on a bit of a downhill. We have been below average. Well, Ozil going forward finds Iwobi. Iwobi now cutting in is tackled. But we win it back through Ozil, and Ozil finds Sanchez, who goes to Lucas, who puts us up 2-0. Brilliant stuff by the Gunners. Absolutely sensational. And this is the kind of game we wanted, where we come out and we just dominate the Germans. Now this is a home game, so keeping a clean sheet is important, but I have full faith in the lads to do that. Now another highlight here, as Ake throws it into Ozil, who goes to Lucas. Lucas finds Cazorla, who plays in Iwobi, and Iwobi almost makes it 3. He was incredibly close then. Lucas still struggling with that bruised heel. I'm inclined to keep him on due to how well he is playing, but if at halftime the injury persists, I may be left with no option. Now Ozil has it, look to cross it in now. He does, but doesn't find anyone. Ozil crosses in a second time, finds no one again. Ake passes to Ozil, who does the 3rd cross in a row, and this time it's a corner. So keeping the pressure on here, as we are looking to force a 3rd goal past Leno. Leno comes out and claims that corner, and I guess he's just going to bomb it forward, which he does, and Ake should be able to head this down. Actually controls it, Ake, which is brilliant, and then puts it forward to Ozil, who goes out wide to Alexis. Alexis inside to Lucas, who heads it on, but not really to anyone at all, and Leno comes and grabs the ball. Rolls it out to Toprak, whose ball up top just gets intercepted by Coquelin, and now the ball is at the feet of Mesut Ozil. Ozil to Coquelin. Coquelin forward again to Sanchez. He's got all the room in the world. He looks to cut in. No, he crosses it in. Finds Lucas, who chips the ball with his head over the goalkeeper and scores a 2nd. Lucas Perez with an absolutely sensational little header over the top of the goalkeeper. And Arsenal is 3-0 up early on here. We'll watch this one again for sure. Watch this header. Lucas just dinks it over the top. Finds the bottom corner. Admittedly, yes, Leno probably shouldn't have come out. Nonetheless, that was fantastic from Lucas to score there. Leno having a 5.1 match rating so far. Poor game from the German number 2 keeper. Sanchez being the standout so far. Lucas not far behind him. But Lucas is really struggling for condition right now. With that heel injury, he's struggling through this game, and he has 2 goals and playing very well, so I don't really want to take him off. But at the same time, if he isn't healthy, should we be leaving him on? Now, I want to see more of how we've performed here in the second half. As Ozil is in possession, goes back to Coquelin. Coquelin to Cazorla. Cazorla looking up, finds Ozil. Ozil with a forward pass to Iwobi, but Wendell deals with it well. Now, Bender has come on here in place of Leon Bailey. So, Leverkusen obviously trying to protect this 3-0 goal deficit, not wanting to concede any more, which I find an interesting choice. At this point, if you're 3-0 down, I would have thought you'd go for the away goal. But alas, they're not. And Iwobi finds Lucas. Lucas goes to Sanchez, and it's going to be 4 anyway. No, Leno with a good stop then. Good stop there by Leno. And we're looking just to really compile the misery, aren't we? Henrik's just no nonsense football and slams it out of the box then. Yes, I'm thinking I am going to take Lucas off. Probably soon. With the injury, I think it is the wise choice. I think now is the time to make it. I want to bring Renee Adelaide on though. And I'm thinking this is how I'm going to line up. I'm going to give Iwobi a bit of game time up front. See how that pans out. My development, and just see if we can get him to be a bit more natural as a false 9. It will undoubtedly help with just the depth of being able to play up front. It's something I am looking at. Now, I would love to get a 3rd goal on the board. However, it is looking unlikely as Leverkusen are shutting up shop. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to make any more tactical changes. Looking at our bench unit, no one I really want to bring on in particular. Maybe bring Cazorla off or Ozil off for a Tolisso, Xhaka, or Ramsey, but don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to play out the game with this group, with this 11, and yeah, 10 minutes remaining. Not going to make a change, definitely not now. Made a decision. We'll see it out. I would like another goal here though. Leverkusen have been on the front foot the last few minutes, but it looks like they aren't going to get that away goal, and we're going to take a 3-0 lead going in to the second leg, which is at Leverkusen, of course. And I'd call this game a success. That's a good result. I'm happy with that. Zaka will throw it in. Mustafi now back to Ake, and that should be it. 3-0 Arsenal. A good result, a pleasing result, and a very welcome result after the travesty of losing to Leicester City. Well guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you have, and subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.